Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are folks doing? I'm running around. My cat came to my window right as 4 o'clock hit and wanted inside. But I'm ready to go. How are folks doing? I've got some Galaxy Dice to ink. It's probably going to be a fairly quick stream. I'm really only planning on getting these done. I might get a couple of other random things inked as well. But that is the goal here. Alright, cool. Looks like everything's looking good. Alright, here's the plan for the dice. I'm going to do a coat of silver. And then I may or may not do a coat of blue sparkles. It's like, it's just kind of a sparkle. So it'd be very subtle, I think, over the silver. But I also think it could be kind of pretty. We can always try it on like one of the D6s and see how we feel about it. But I've got silver paint. I've got our dice. I've got a thing of water. We'll just get going. I do today want to let me set things up so that things are in a good spot for you to see. Well, let's just go. Yeah, that seems like a good spot. This is kind of in my way. That's kind of in my way. I'm gonna angle you guys a little bit more, maybe. There we go. Now we can all see. Now we can all see the paint. Anyways, what I was saying is I do kind of want to talk about some stream ideas today, maybe. Like, I've kind of been thinking about my streams and what I might want to do this year that's like a little bit different from what I have done. No, my microphone's in the way for that, but my hand I feel like is kind of oddly placed. Oh. But yeah, I have some ideas for like some streams and things that I might want to do. Figured I could talk to you guys. You guys could give me ideas. I could mention some of the ideas that I've had and see what you guys think. I'll probably do that a little bit later on into the stream, just so that maybe there'll be more people here to discuss. Although if you are watching this after the fact, you're also always welcome to give, you know, your answers to things in the comments section too. On my last stream where I asked people who were watching the stream later on to comment if they were watching it, I actually got a few comments from folks saying, "I'm here, I'm watching this," which was nice. It does sometimes feel like no one watches the streams. It's just a very much varied like amount of people live. If you're watching it after the fact, you might not. I mean, I guess I have set it up now so that there's chat replay. So if you go back and watch the stream later, you can see what was sent in the chat. And part of that is just because, well, one, I thought it had that, and then I was confused that it didn't have that automatically. I have to go in and, like, set it up for all of my streams. There's die number 1. But also, I like to have conversations with people in the chat. And I feel like it might get a little bit confusing if you guys are only getting one half of the conversation if you're watching this later. So, I just wanted to have that. Oop. I don't know why it's defaulted to off. I don't know if that's a Streamlabs setting or if that's a YouTube setting. But I try to make sure I have that turned on for streams now. But it is nice to know that people are watching this even if they aren't here live. And I think people probably come into the live video too and just hang out for a bit as well and don't actually say anything. That's what I do with a lot of. I don't watch a lot of live streams, but I'm more of a I'll watch it after the fact kind of person. But How's the volume on the music? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. Turn down the music a little bit more. I do have maybe a little bit of something that might interest some folks too. I grabbed a long while back, and I'll probably post in the Discord too. But a long while back, I was talking about singing with someone in the Discord. I don't even remember who it was anymore. But I have now a recording of me singing, so you guys can hear what I sound like. I figured I could play a short clip of a short snippet of that later on as well, if you guys are interested. But again, I think I'll do that a little bit later. Let's get some dice inked first. I do actually need to get these inked. The thing that I need them for is quickly approaching. And someone else is waiting on me for these, so I don't want to leave them waiting. You know. If it was just a me thing, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal if I was running late on them, but I want to make sure that the other person that needs these to be done has plenty of time to do what they need to. I do need to start working on some other stuff for that too, though. I think I'm pretty much. I'll probably continue to make you know, some little things for RadCon, which is a convention that I have coming up in February. I need to find my like blank phone grips. I have some phone grips somewhere. I don't know, and they're just like a solid colored. I don't know where I put them though. I need to find them because I made some resin pieces for them, and I need to actually attach them. But I don't know where I put the actual phone grips. I'm hoping that I find them while I'm cleaning my office. I'm thinking I'm going to rearrange my office here again. I like just rearranged it somewhat recently. And there's just a couple of things that aren't really working for me. One of them is how I have a monitor set up. There's a monitor right in front of me. It's where you guys are. Hello. But I also have a monitor off to my right. It's currently clipped to a different table, and it is on like an arm that is extending over my walkway. Like how I walk to get into my desk area. And it's very inconvenient for actually like using my desk. It's just in the way. And also, the other thing is, my background I feel like is kind of boring? I don't know, you know, it's... You guys getting along? Oh, okay. What are you guys doing? There's kitty cats here. Hi, buddy. Simple background's not bad, but it also feels maybe a little bit, I don't know, strange maybe with the kind of aesthetic that I'm trying to foster with my branding. So I'm trying to do some organizing. I've got bookshelves on the wall over there. So I'm just gonna flip my desk around so that I have the bookshelves behind me, and then I also want to rearrange the bookshelves so that they're more usable and have things that I actually want to be able to get to on them. Because I've got just a bunch of random things on them at the moment, and they're very, very much a mess. So I'm starting to organize things. I've had just kind of a pile of things in the middle of my office floor for a while too. So I started working on organizing that stuff yesterday, which is nice. I've realized that I have a ton of oil paints. I inherited all of my grandfather's oil paints, which is awesome, but I now have so many oil paints. I do have one set there that I need to like post a photo or something somewhere. I'm really curious to know more about them because they look kind of old. I don't think they're even good anymore. I can grab them and show you guys just a second because they look interesting. I want to find out more information about them. I'm honestly wondering how toxic they are because a lot of old oil paints very much use toxic chemicals in them. And I mean, a lot of the oil paints there, I mean, you don't want to get a bunch of oil paint on your skin. But here, let me see if I can find that little box and I can show you guys. Let me see. There it is. Alright, so if anybody has any like information on these oil paints, they look like kind of cool and old. I tried googling. I'm gonna angle up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. I tried googling like this stuff, like I don't know if it's Marilla or Mariah. It's probably Marilla. But because it says New York, I'm gonna guess Marilla. Number 4, B10. But I really couldn't find any. I didn't find much of anything. Maybe someone else can Google better than I can. But I'm just curious to know anything about the set. I will say that these. Oh, well, actually, this one's still soft. Some of these are. Oh, that one's still soft. Some of them feel pretty solid, though. I don't know. I don't think the oil paint in them is still good. Oh, some of these are still soft, though. But I am curious to know, cadmium orange. I bet it's actually cadmium, which is fairly toxic as far as I know. I would be curious to know, how toxic these are. I'll probably post a photo of this at some point I don't know where. Social media, maybe? Maybe I'll post it on, like, Blue Sky and see if anybody could get me any information on what these are. I mean, I know that they're oil paints, but, like... Cobalt Violet. I bet that's also I bet that has actual cobalt in it, which I think also is... Viridian. How much you want to bet that the tubes are lead or something? Set that off to the side for now. We'll go back to our acrylic paint, which is probably less toxic. I did go out and get some stuff for doing oil painting. I went out and got just some linseed oil and some liquid, so that I could do some oil painting stuff. I like painting. I want to do some painting at some point. I have an idea for a painting that I really want to do. I'm debating whether I just want to, like, do it for fun or if I want to try filming it. I think I could probably do it in just, like, a day. You know what I mean? So I could probably just film it. It'd be fine. Hi, buddy. You can go in the cat bed. What's up? Hello. Where are you going? There's no room for you here. Just a second. Let me scoot back. You can come lay on my lap. Come here. Come here. There's my sweet boy. Yeah, come on. There's my sweet boy. Oh, flop. Flop over. Alright, we'll go like that so you guys can see the most important part of the stream, which is the cat, of course. Hi, buddy. We're painting things. Hi. Hello. Little kiss for your head. All of my cats have been very cuddly recently. I think it's because it's getting colder out. I am a little bit worried about one of my cats. She's been kind of sick recently. She's been having some troubles. I am gonna take her to the vet soon, though. We've been trying to get things figured out. Hopefully we get that going. Ba-dum, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'll see if I can get you guys a close-up of this die once it's inked too. You can kind of see what we're working on a little bit closer. Because I think that's the last number there. Yeah. All right. Here. Let's see if I can. You say it's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh wait, is it gonna actually zoom for me? Well, you can kind of see the holographic glitter, honestly, better when it's a little bit. This one has some holographic glitter and the shimmer there. Some of them have more like other glitter. Like this one that has less of the holographic, has more just like sparkly black. Ooh. There you go. You can see very just like shimmery, sparkly. But yes, I got home from lunch with my family today, and went and I mean, moved some stuff around. You know, got my brother's winter tires moved into his car so he can go get those put on tomorrow. And then went and sat on my bed for a minute and was like swamped by 3 cats that all wanted cuddles. Not that I am complaining. I am more than happy to have kitty cuddles. If you couldn't tell by kitty cam here. Alright. So I was saying earlier, just a little bit ago, that I kind of want to, like, I don't know, I think I kind of want to do some different stuff with streams this year. Like, one of the ideas was doing a live stream. So here's the thing. I have some ideas for live streams, and some of them I feel like would require maybe a larger audience, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. You know what I mean? They might not. Or if I give enough... Oh, where you going? Alright, bye-bye. Go back down to the table. He's a flighty one. Where was I at? Might need a larger audience. Oh, I was gonna say maybe if I give enough like warning and stuff, more people might come to specific things too. Because like, for example, I was thinking it might be cool to do a video where you guys send me like links to weird resin supplies or things that I should put into dice, and then on stream we go through them and I get some of them. I'd probably set like an overall monetary limit for that, and I'm not 100% sure on what the monetary limit would be, because I know that I would lose, and then I would make a video of getting things and using them. I know that I would lose money on the video, but I still think it would be fun. I just enjoy making videos, honestly, and also I like weird resin supplies. I like resin supplies. It's kind of a problem, honestly. The number of things where I'm just like, ooh, that would be fun in dice. We could play with that. I have I have plenty of micas and inks and things at this time, but every time I see a new set of inks, it's just like, it's like that, you know, that one meme that's just like, that's me looking at new resin supplies that I don't really need. Now I'm thinking of it, I can't, I'm not sure I'm thinking of the right meme. Is it a meme? I've really been hoping for snow recently. We've really just been having rain though. It's been very rainy recently. I wonder if actually, I wonder if there's snow in the forecast. It's too warm to snow today, I think. I might Google that real quick. Where's my mouse? Let's see. Let's look at the 10-day weather forecast. No, it mostly just says it's gonna be cloudy. Low chance of precipitation. Oh, it's mostly gonna be in like the 40s, it looks like, for the next like 10 days, according to this. So it might be a little bit, it'll be into the high 30s. This is Fahrenheit, of course. I really don't think it's gonna be snowing at 40 Celsius. Let alone 40 Fahrenheit. But yeah, it was on the forecast, and then it never actually happened. It just rained a whole bunch. I need to get my patio cover looked at, because it's leaking when it rains, which is an issue. I'm not sure what all needs done with that to fix the problem. I am realizing that the music's probably louder for me than it is for you. So if you guys like can't hear the music and you just hear me like humming to myself, it's gonna seem very strange. I think I want to do more like fun planned things for streams, and also stuff like this where it's just like, this is things that I need to get done. Let's just do them together on stream. I do kind of want to work on my moss embroidery bow tie and waistcoat on stream again at some point. I don't know why I enjoy working on that on stream. It's just like has like just enough interest, I feel like. It's kind of like the resin where I don't really need to focus on it too much. You know, I don't have to think about it a ton. I can focus on like chatting with folks while I'm working on it. But it's still kind of there's some interest where it's just like, ooh, what do we want to put where? I wonder if we'll do the, I don't know if we'll do the sparkly blue or not. It looks pretty good with just the silver, honestly. I mean, the silver is kind of the classic. The classic. I mean, I did basically a silver. It wasn't quite a silver on the first sets of Galaxy Dice. For those that don't know, this is one of the first designs that I ever sold. Actually, it might be the first design that I ever sold. It has been slightly altered since then, just because I've changed how I polish dice, and it wouldn't polish well. My original design wouldn't with how I polish things now. Because in the original design, I dusted the molds with holographic glitter. And now, because I throw things in, like, you know, a polishing tumbler to polish them, that wears off all of the, like, actual holographicness of the glitter. And since it's all on the outside, you lose all of that holographicness. So these days, I just I mix up some black resin with the holographic glitter in it, and then I kind of try to put it in, you know, mix it so that there's not holographic glitter over all of the die. Because in the original design, I dusted the molds with holographic glitter, and then I poured in layers. I very gently poured in layers. I did it with like a pipette of black, and then a really dark blue, and then the shimmering duochrome blue-pink color. You can kind of see the pink in there a little bit, maybe. Oh, you really only see the blue on camera. There's some pink in there. You can see. I don't know if you can see it. You really just see the blue. That's okay. It looks more... It shimmers kind of in between blue and pink. With a dark background, it looks more blue. And where there's more of it kind of like all together, it looks pink. But I like gently layered it. So there'd be holographic kind of all over the place. And then layers of those. And for these, I think these are did I layer all of these? No, these are a mix. So this is 3 sets. I already had these. I just pulled them out to polish them. Some of these are dirty pours. Some of these are layered. Like you can see a distinct. Oh, it's hard with the lighting, but there's like a distinct layer there. And that's because this was done with that technique I said, where I did very, you know, gentle layers. But some of these I can tell by how they're swirled that I did a dirty pour. I threw all of the colors into one cup and then threw them into the mold. I think, you know what these might be from? How long ago did I did a video a long while ago. It's maybe like the 3rd video on my channel or something, in which I showed how I make galaxy dice. That'd be interesting to go watch that, honestly. Here. How long ago was that? I think that was one of my first videos. It was my 3rd video. I was right. It was my 3rd video, how I make galaxy dice. Did pretty well. I think. It might be from... No, maybe it's not from that video. I'm not sure. Actually, no, they might be the ones that I poured in this video. Let me pause music. Let me go to the middle here somewhere. I think these might be. Yeah. I think these are the ones that I made in that video. How long ago was that? May 18th, 2022. So, it's now 2025, so almost wait, was that almost 3 years ago? January, February, March, April, May. Oh, wow. I've almost been making YouTube videos for 3 years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it looks like my first video was published May 6th of 2022. So I will have been making YouTube videos for 3 years come May? My goodness. I've been doing this for a little while. You'd think I'd be better at it by now. Speaking of videos, I do plan to have a video out this week. I need to finish editing it, but I have like another like 2 graphics I need to make for it, which is has slowed me down a little bit. But I've got kind of the first one of 3 made, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing now, hopefully. So I should be able to get those, I think, made fairly quick, and then yeah, I'm hoping to have a video out this week. It's kind of a New Year video, so I don't really want to have it out later than this week. If all goes to plan, I'm gonna try and get that edited completely on like Tuesday or Wednesday, so I can have it out on my normal Thursday. That's the hope. That is the hope. I've got a lot of it edited. I just need to finish it up. And then I think I might I'm not going to take a break, but I might kind of take a break, I guess, from working on the dice videos, because I have some video footage from playing a game with some friends from forever ago. It was a while ago now. And I've like gotten a fair amount of it edited down. And then I've just been so busy with the resin stuff that I never actually finished getting that stuff put together. I'm also using it as an excuse to learn how the subtitling kind of built-in software with my video editor works, just to see if maybe doing subtitles might be something I can do. But I want to get that done at some point. I just want to get it, because, I don't know, it was fun. That would go up on my other channel, which is more of my miscellaneous, I guess, channel. I need some more paint in it. I need to reach out to my normal, like, video gaming group and see if they want to do more of building our supermarket, or playing Phasmo or something sometime. I know everyone's been busy. I've had so much that I need to get done. I'm hoping that we can pour resin together next weekend. That's my current kind of thought. I think that's probably what I need to do, is get some resin poured. But that plan may change. I might end up actually making molds. I need to make some Shaker Charm molds. I was going to try and do it earlier, and then I decided that things weren't polished enough. Just because of how I made my Shaker Charm things. They ended up very rough on the outside, and so I have them polishing in my polishing tumbler. I think I'm gonna need to grab like one of my little Dremel thing and try and polish some of it by hand. I might need to sand some of it down a little bit more too. I don't know. There's one that's just really hard to do because it's got a bunch of like curves and things to it, and it's hard to get in there. And that's why I'm thinking maybe the Dremel might be the way to go. I was hoping to get that stuff done tomorrow, but I think some of my stuff got pushed back tomorrow because I have someone coming to, I have my folks coming to help me haul some yard waste stuff in the morning. So I know that's going to take a little bit of time to get all of that stuff loaded up. So I have to change some things on my schedule. I finally got around to trimming the very much overgrown forsythia in my front yard. I've done like half of it, and this is why my parents are coming to help me move some stuff. I did about half of it, and I piled up all of the brush, and then I'm like, I have no more space to pile up any more brush. So I'm like, well, I think I'm gonna try and go out and cut the rest of the stuff that I need to cut tomorrow morning. And just pile it in the driveway so we can load it up. I can load it up when they get here. Alright. Just want to make sure I got all the numbers. Yeah. I had someone this is completely unrelated to anything here. But I had someone recently that was trying to figure out where all of these YouTubers were getting all of this electro swing music from. And I was like, I know exactly where they're getting it all from, because I have it all in a playlist for streams. And they were like, I was like, maybe I will try to get a playlist made at some point that just has the songs from these specific YouTubers that you're talking about, but I don't know that I'd be able to find them all. I mention this because I know this is one of them. I will say that when I was first trying to figure out what music to have for streams, I think the first thing I typed in was electro swing. I felt like the vibe of like kind of modern, kind of old fit the vibe I was going for. I feel like it is also important to note that the title of this playlist that I made is called In the Lab Vibing. It's stream music in the lab vibing. It's literally what I named this playlist. I have slowly added more things, as you can tell by this adventure music that we now have. There was, to be fair, I could have added more. Someone lighting off fireworks? It's the 5th! Why are you lighting up fireworks now? No, there was somewhat limited amount of the electro swing music. I added pretty much all of it. At least the stuff that I liked. So, at a certain point there, I was like, well, if I want to have enough music, I'm gonna have to go and see what else is out there. I think I have some random, like, disco music in here as well. And that's just because I like disco music. I think it's fun. I figured some adventure-y kind of music also fit. Don't know why disco music I thought would fit. I think I just said, sure, that seems fun. Totally fits, yeah. You know, yeah, I don't know. Here, let me show you what we've got so far. Let me ink this last number here. I've gotten paint all over this die. I have it all over my fingers, so it's not, my fingers are not doing a good job of wiping it off of the die. I'm just smearing it a little bit. So I've got these done so far. I'm debating whether I'm gonna want to add some blue sparkle to them. Should we try one? Should we try some blue sparkle on one of them and just see if we like it? I'm thinking that might as well decide now, right? Doesn't really hurt. And back to the electro swing. It'll take a minute for this to dry anyways, so we can actually see how it looks. Because it's kind of like white and cloudy for a second. Can't see much of anything yet. Set that off to the side for now to dry. And we'll continue on with our silver. I know at the very least that I want the silver. So part of the reason I'm debating not doing the sparkly blue is that all of the dice that I'm made for this thing have blue in them, and I don't want them to be too similar. And we had the sunrise dice, we did the numbers orange, that's obviously not similar. But the other set that I'm going to be doing is a set, well, 3 sets of these pond dice. This one's not actually part of the set, it's got a bubble, it's upside down. But I'm thinking of inking these in like a light blue. So I don't want like everything to be like so blue that everything feels super similar. I don't know. My hands are all shimmery. Hey. Oh. But yes, so streams for this year. I want to continue on doing ones where it's just us working on things that I need to get done, like this. And I was saying I want to do some more that are like very intentional streams, like kind of like events almost. I think that would be fun. I was thinking at one point it would be fun to do like a Jackbox or a like Gartic Phone stream. I don't know whether I would want to do that like with you guys playing, or if I would grab some friends to play. I also don't know whether it would be on this channel or if it would be on my other channel. I think it depends somewhat. Like if we're just doing like art games, that's probably tangentially related enough to do it on this channel. But I mean, you know, if we're just, you know, playing a game that maybe doesn't quite match the general vibe. I had a friend offer to possibly do like a D&D one-shot stream. That would be something that would require a little bit of planning, but could be kind of fun. I think I want to just get more intentional about things that I'm doing and that I'm making. I've been wanting to do that for the past 5 years? Oh gosh, it's 2025. 4.5 years. You know, I feel like, you know, at least like twice a year I'm just like, am I doing what I want to be doing? What do I actually want to be doing? And then usually I just get so caught up in the things that I'm in the middle of doing that I never actually change to being more intentional. I'm just kind of like hanging on for dear life a little bit. After I'm done streaming today, I'm gonna go clean my 3D printer because I've got commissions that I'm working on. I also need to get some pictures and videos sent over for a different commission. Like I said, hanging on for dear life. Just a lot of things happening. I need to pour some resin at some point, both for December's Patreon D20s. I need to ink September and October's Patreon D20s. I need to sand November's Patreon D20s. There's lots of D20s. I need to get those done, and so I can send them off. I don't like making people wait for crazy amounts of time for those, but you wouldn't know it by how I ship them. Oh, I think this is awesome. Okay. I've been saying for a while too that I might want to like branch out on my YouTube videos and do other kinds of art besides just resin too, but I don't know. That's one of those ones where I'm just like, I don't know, could go either way on that. I feel like I don't want to go too far off of you know, what people are here to see. I figure people are just judging by what does well on my channel. People are here mostly for like resin or dice techniques and tutorials and things. But I just like doing art stuff, so you know, there's a lot of things I'd like to do. That was before I had the part-time job that I have now. I did, how many times this week did I stream? Was it twice? I think I streamed twice a week. And I streamed like Wednesday night and then like Saturday morning, I think. Was that it? It was something like that. I don't actually remember anymore what my stream schedule was. It obviously went down to 1 day a week after I got my part-time job. That was like 2 years ago. No, was it before that? I'm trying to think of how things lined up. Anyways, point being, 1 stream a week was for pouring resin, pouring dice, and then the other stream was an excuse for me to work on projects that I wasn't necessarily making time for. I think I might have been 3 times this week. Was it 3 times a week? It was experiment day, I think is how I called it. Basically with the idea that it's just like, you know, we're gonna do resin stuff these days. I'm gonna do whatever I want on this last day. And that might be working on some embroidery. That might be playing Minecraft. It was just, you know, random stuff. If I got to do this full time, I don't know if I'd go back to streaming twice a week. That was before I ever did the YouTube videos. I enjoy making the videos. I think I'd probably put more time into the videos if I had more time again, instead of the... Like, I'd probably maybe put more time into making my, 1 stream a week better. But I think I would rather make more videos than do more streams, maybe. I might do, like, 1 stream a week, and then sometimes maybe like a game stream or something also in the same week, but not super regular, I guess. I do think that's the other thing I would work on if I had, more time, is I'd try to do some more random stuff for my other channel, just because it's fun. Do some more games, or I don't know, other random things. I have discovered that I'm definitely not a vlogger. That maybe doesn't sound... I've done 1 vlog on this channel. And that was for the first convention that I ever went to. I think it turned out alright. But I just realized I just don't like editing vlogs. It's the same sort of thing with, I ended up with a bunch of video footage from playing a game with some friends. And just having to, like, comb through hours of footage to try and piece together a cohesive story is just, like, overwhelming. I don't know that I'm necessarily the best storyteller. I feel like I can usually get kind of, like, the main ideas of things. I'm bad at, like, concluding them so that everything gets tied together in the end. I had to write a thing recently for a thing that might be happening, and that's what I was realizing, is I was like, great, I've gotten all this stuff written. How do I end this? How do I end this thing that I wrote? Yeah, someone set enough fireworks out there. It is 5 p.m. on the 5th of January. Why is someone setting off fireworks out there? I say this like this doesn't happen sometimes. Like, fairly often. Fairly often I will be sitting in my office and just, like, hear someone setting off fireworks outside, and it's like, bruh, it is 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. Oh, let's grab some tea for a second. Earl Grey. Stretch my arms for a second. I have my arm like leaning on the desk weird. I went out, I think I said, yeah, it was yesterday. I went out to possibly go do some more work on the Forsythia bush. And like I said, I didn't have enough space for more of the trimmings, but also I was like, oh, I can tell that I am still sore from the last time that I did this. Because I was like yanking on branches to try and get them out from this tangled mess. I'm kind of just trimming everything back. Luckily, from everything that I've read, I don't need to be worried about, like, killing the plant. Like, it'll grow back eventually. I might not have any, like, flowers come spring, but that's okay. It will be okay. Literally all the stuff that I was reading was just like, if you have a super overgrown tangled Forsythia, cut it back to about 4 inches off the ground, and it'll be fine. Just let it grow back. It's like, okay. I might not go that, like, I'm not, like, that extreme. I might leave a few little branches so that hopefully I have some flowers. But it was really much, it was taking over the driveway a bit. It was making it difficult for my brother to get in the driveway. Because he parks on that side. Just arrived at the plant murder stories. Yes, let's just kill the plants. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna chop it back to 4 inches off the ground like stuff online suggested. I'm gonna leave some of the branches. If I can. I'm definitely not being gentle with it as I yank branches out of there, because everything's just kind of tangled together. I did get it off of the driveway though. That was one of the main things I was trying to do. But yes, welcome, John. Glad you could arrive for the plant murder stories. Plant trimming stories. That's they're just trimming them. It's fine. My whole yard is a mess. Like, I need to probably get my irrigation stuff figured out this year. I've got a little bit of time. We're just going into, you know, the cold season, but I didn't even turn my sprinklers on last year. My backyard was fine with that. My front yard doesn't really have any sprinklers anymore. They're broken after some things got, like, dug up. But I should do what my neighbor kind of suggested at one point with planting some grasses that are more drought resistant, I guess. Cause like my neighbor has a pretty green, you know, yard. And they also, I don't know if they watered their front yard at all either. They just cultivated different grasses out front. The thing is that my yard just doesn't get mowed. So it's like, well, if I could find some sort of like ground cover that would do well in the heat without any water, doesn't need any, you know, anything done with it. I'm partially holding off because I'm thinking I'm gonna have a path put into the front door. There's no one uses the front door of my house at the moment because it's very difficult to get to the front door of my house. Everyone just uses like the side door off the driveway. But at some point the plan is to put stairs in and a path, I think, up to the front door, partially to make things a little bit more accessible for, you know, grandparents and things. It'll still have stairs, but it'll be, you know, have hand railings and things. But I don't know, I guess I kind of figure that I'll hold off until that stuff's done before I worry too much about figuring out the front yard. It's like, what's, you know, if things are gonna get torn up anyways, it's like, you know, what do I really wanna set up there? No, yes, I don't do well at keeping plants alive. Inside plants, I forget to water. Outside plants, I can't do the heat, so I don't go out in the summer to do anything. Yes, that has been an ongoing issue here. I figure I'm gonna be cleaning some of these up. To be fair, it's mostly dry on my fingers. So it hasn't, like, it's acrylic paint. Acrylic paint dries really quick. But I do figure I'm gonna be cleaning those up a little bit later, too. How's our... Ooh, okay. Here, I think our other thing here has dried, so you guys can see what I'm debating. Maybe you guys will be able to see what I'm debating. So I'm painting these all silver, right? Let's find one that's, like, dry. So, I'm painting them all silver. Nice, nice, simple. And then I'm debating. Here's an example one. It's all smudged, but let's see if you can see the sparkle. Yeah, there you go. Adding that sparkly blue over the silver, so it's rather subtle, but I think it's kind of pretty. Come on, you can focus, camera. I believe in you. You can do it. There. Oh, whip. See, there's like kind of a blue sparkle to it. I think I like it. I was debating whether I wanted to do it or not, but I feel like it's kind of fun. And I think it's subtle enough that it's like, it adds to it, but it's not like super in your face. I don't know. What do you guys think? How are you feeling? I feel like usually if I ask, should I add more glitter to things, a lot of people answer yes. So, I can't imagine that that's going to be super different. There's water in that. But yes, today I'm talking stream ideas for the coming year, plans for the coming year. I also mentioned earlier that I have a recording of me singing, because we were talking about that in the Discord a long while ago. I finally got a recording of me singing. If you guys want to hear a little bit of that. I haven't like edited, like I haven't like clipped anything. It's very, I need to cut out some stuff at the beginning and the end. But I figured I could do that, and I'll probably post it in the Discord so people can hear. It's a very old conversation, but I don't know, maybe people might be interested. Since we were talking about it at one point. And let's see. Oh, I have a video that I'm hoping to have out this week. I need to make a couple more little graphics for it and finish getting it edited. But things got pushed back a little bit because my parents are going to come over tomorrow to help me take a bunch of the Forsythia clippings to the dump because they have a trailer and I do not. So I have that going on tomorrow, so I'm pushing a couple things back. I don't know, I've just got a lot of stuff I'm working on at the moment. I've got commissions I'm working on. I have some shaker charms that I need to get molds made for them and get them poured for an event coming up, which is the same thing event that these dice are for. I think that's pretty much, there you go. There's the rundown of what's happened so far in this stream. What we've been talking about. And my plan for this stream really is just to get all of these Galaxy Dice inked. It is going to take a little bit longer with getting all of that blue sparkle put in there too, but that is okie dokie. What are other folks up to today? I'm doing this, and I'm gonna go clean my 3D printer. Because some things didn't print right. I'm sure that there's stuff stuck to the bottom of the resin pool. So I'm gonna go clean that out and hopefully get things anything that's stuck there unstuck. So I can reprint some things. It's been a while since I've cleaned that out and, you know, redid the resin in there and stuff too. Completely mixed everything and put it back in. So it'll probably be a good use of my time just to get that thing clean. It's got some sparkles. See a little bit of the sparkle there. A little bit of the holographic glitter. No, yeah, acrylic paint dries really fast. that was the other thing I was showing off earlier, is I inherited all of my grandpa's oil paints, and there's this little box in there that looks like, I don't know, to be fair, probably some of the other paints are super old and stuff too, but this little box just has, it just looks old, I guess, and I'm trying to figure out anything about the paints. I'm also just kind of curious how toxic the paints are, because a lot of old oil paints have a lot of toxic stuff in them. So if anyone has any information, if anyone can find any information on these, I would be interested to know anything about them, because, like, it really... This is cadmium orange? I bet it's actually cadmium orange, like... would not surprise me. What is this? Extender. Oil photo colors extender. Trademark registered. This thing is solid. What is this one? Dryer. Do not use... Oh, this one's actually not solid. Do not use over 1 part dryer to 10 of color. Usually much less will be required. Mix thoroughly with the color. Use only with Marshall's colors. Oh, I wonder if that's similar to the, like, liquid that I got recently. I want to do some oil painting. It's been so long since I've done oil painting. And it's so fun. It is so different from acrylic. I never realized how different oil painting was from acrylic. Until I did a painting class where we did both. That was really the first time I'd done, like, oil painting. And it's like, acrylic painting is about, like, layers, and oil painting is more like sculpting with color. Like, with acrylic, you're, like, building up layers and layers and layers to get the textures and things that you want. The oil painting, you kind of get your colors on the canvas and then move them to where you want them to be. Like, it's very different. My problem when it came to the oil painting was that I am so used to working with acrylics. You know, I've been painting with acrylics for years. I've been doing it since I was a kid. That I'm used to acrylic where you go and you lay down some paint, and you go over to your palette and grab some more paint, and by the time you get back, the paint that you put on your canvas is dry. Like I was saying, this is pretty much dry on my fingers. Acrylic dries really quick. Oil, and so, you know, I will go and rest my hand on the canvas. Can't do that with oils. I just kept forgetting that oil paint does not dry super quick like acrylic does, and I just kept sticking my hand in the paint. They make like, that was what we used Liquin in that class, which you mix with your paints, and it makes them cure a lot faster. I also learned that oil paint does not dry; it actually cures. So it's not water evaporating out of it; it's a chemical process that makes it solidify, like resin. That's how resin also cures. It's not water evaporating out of it; it's the part A and part B having a chemical reaction. Same thing with oil paints. But like if you just use oil paints, it takes like weeks for the oil paint to actually cure. So it will still be wet for like weeks. Whereas if we mixed a little bit of liquid in, it would only be like 24 hours. It'd be like a day instead. So a lot quicker. Still not go to palette, grab more paint, come back, and it's dry quick like acrylics, but a lot quicker. I went and got some of that recently, so that I could store things easier. I do have a what's it called? Easel. I have my grandpa's easel too. So I'm not as worried about, having a painting on a table that a cat's gonna hop up onto. I'm not worried about the cat hopping up onto the easel. I think one of the things that's kind of holding me back from starting on the painting that I have an idea for is that I'm technically kind of in the middle of a different painting, and I feel like I should finish it first. I probably could start on, I could work on that. I went and got reference photos. Here's a question for you guys. Well, here, I can show you guys the work in progress. I'm going to be changing a lot of things on it. Here's the thing too, as I was working on this project, that was a while ago that I started it. Everything was in a completely different location in my office at the time. So I'm wondering if it's going to be jarring to have the video footage like completely change. You know what I mean? Like the lighting and the location and everything's going to change. Maybe I put in like a little short like footage of like me getting up and stretching and like walking out of the office and turning off the light for the night type thing. That might help transition it. But I should work on that. I think I want to get my office kind of organized first so that I have a good spot to set things. But here's the thing. So I can show you guys the work in progress. It's literally just sitting over here. And then I think that will explain my question a little bit better. Let me grab it. Let me show you. Let me show you the work in progress. I don't know YouTube's policies well enough. Here, let me grab it. Pay no attention to the like yellow background and stuff. I might even change some of the like major shapes and stuff. This was I was kind of going off of memory a little bit, but oh here, wait, let me just, so work in progress, obviously. I went and did this, and then I went, man, I really could use some reference photos because I have plans to cut open the canvas and add another piece of canvas and then have like the insides of the frog. I could really use some reference photos of that. So my dad who teaches life science in middle school, had a spare frog for dissecting, and said, "Hey, do you want a frog to dissect?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, that'd be great. I can use it for reference pictures." But here's the thing. Do I include dissecting a frog in the video? I think that could be probably a bit of a turnoff for folks. You know what I mean? Like, I could see that there's two things here. One, I could see people being really grossed out by that and or, you know, not liking the fact that I'm dissecting an animal. Two, I don't know what YouTube's policy is, because it's not like it would be necessarily a educational video, so I don't know if that would just fall under like animal harm or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not, yeah. I'm thinking maybe it'd be better to not have it in there, but I don't know. To be fair, when it comes to like the paintings, I'm not doing the paintings for like for videos and things. I'm mostly just doing it because I really like painting and I want to do some paintings, and I figured I might as well film it. I have a few ideas for paintings that I want to get done. I have an idea for another painting that I'm like, I am pretty sure I could sit down and do this in a day fairly easily. You know, give me a few hours. And I could do this, and it'd be fun to do, and I think I want to do it with oils, and that was part of the reason I went and got the liquid and stuff, is so that I could do it in oils, partially because, I'm gonna want the oils to be dry for, it's gonna take a couple of days, now that I'm thinking about it, if I do it in oils. I mean, I could do... Look, you can't put acrylic paint over oil paint. It'll crack and fall off and all sorts of things. So, you know, you don't really want to mix acrylic paint and oil paint in that way. You don't put acrylic over oil. However, you can put oil paint over acrylic paint, because, I mean, if you buy a canvas, it's usually a gessoed canvas. And what that means, basically, is that it's a piece of fabric, canvas fabric. Gesso is just white paint. It's white acrylic paint. And you literally just absolutely coat the canvas in it to kind of seal it, so that when you are painting on it later, all of your paint doesn't just soak into the canvas. It's on top of that other paint that you've already painted the canvas with. And so if you buy a canvas to paint on, it's usually been gessoed already with acrylic paint, and you can use acrylic or oil paint over the top of it. You can do oil on the top of acrylic paint, just not the other way around. So I could maybe speed things up by doing kind of like a base layer color of acrylic paint, and then doing my oils over the top, because some of the stuff that I'd want to do, like the second day after the oil paint has dried, I could probably do as long as the background color's not oil. I might as well just do it in 2 days, though, I think. I think paint it one day and then do the other stuff that I want to do, you know, the next day or, you know, a week later or something. I need to focus on getting commissions, Patreon dice, and stuff for the convention I have coming up next month done first, though. I think that's my... I got priorities. Gotta get other things done first. And video that I'm in the middle of editing. This is what I mean about being along for the ride. If you weren't here earlier, I was saying that for a long while now I've been going, how do I want to become more intentional about like what I'm making and doing? And I have lots of ideas for things that I'd like to make and do, but I am kind of just holding on at the moment, and just I'm along for the ride a little bit, because there's just been a lot of stuff that I need to get done. It was nice taking a break from commissions for a while. I do enjoy doing commissions. They take... It's, you know, it's a responsibility type thing. Like, when it comes to making dice for my shop, I used, like, when I was doing it before I had the part-time job, you know, I was like, I'm gonna put stuff in my shop every month. And at this point, it's just like, well, I'm not even gonna worry about getting stuff into my shop this year. That, by the way, that might be news to you. I do plan to still probably put stuff in my shop. I am not gonna focus on putting stuff in my shop this year. I want to focus on the YouTube stuff this year. That's my goal. I want to get more and better YouTube videos made. 'Cause I've got lots of ideas for them. I'm having fun with them. I enjoy doing custom stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I might take another break from them at some point too. Cause I can't really take a break when I'm doing commissions. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in the middle of doing commissions, I don't really feel like I can take a week off. I mean, it's not like I would take a week off probably anyways, but I don't really feel like I can take a week off if I'm working on a commission, because it's like, well, I have someone who is waiting on things, and I don't want to keep them waiting. I paint. Anytime that I'm not actively working on the thing for them, you know, I always figure that on the other side, you know, they don't know that I'm, you know, on a week vacation or whatever. They just see that I'm not working on the thing that they've paid me to work on. And I think that's part of the reason that a lot of people don't do commissions. I've said before that I enjoy doing commissions because I enjoy the, like, collaborative process. You know, it's very much a collaborative thing working on commissions, because you're making something for someone else. You're going back and forth on, like, ideas and what they're, you know, envisioning, what you're kind of envisioning. And that's fun. It's also just satisfying to help someone take, like, an idea out of their head and make it a reality. To be fair, I think that could very well just be my perception too. And I bet if I was just like, oh, sorry, hey, I'm on vacation at the moment, people would probably be pretty understanding. Like, for the most part, if I'm, like, running behind on something, or something's taking longer than expected when it comes to, like, commissions, if I email someone and say, oh, hey, sorry, I've been sick the past 3 days or whatever, I haven't gotten a chance to work on anything, people are pretty understanding. Like, people, you know, they'll be like, oh, sorry to hear that, you know, take your time. Like, but I think that part of it's just, like, my perception of, like, you know, I don't want it to look like I'm just taking your money and running. That's why I try to keep people, you know, up to date on where things are at. I maybe send too many updates, I don't know. I think it probably depends on the person, how they feel about that, but, you know, like, every little thing, I'm just like, hey, this thing came in, this is what I'm gonna be working on next. I try to send, like, an update, like, at least once a week. if I can. If there's anything to update. Even if there's not anything to update, you know, I'll still email and say, hey, we're still waiting on this thing, or whatever. Or I will give a heads up, like, when it comes to, like, the polishing, you know, I put things in my polishing tumbler for, like, 2 weeks, usually. So when it, you know, once the dice are actually finalized, it's like, yep, these are the dice that we want, we've got everything how we want them, I will usually send an email saying something along the lines of, great, I'll get these sanded and polished. Just a heads up, it's probably going to be a couple weeks until you hear from me, because they're going to take a while to polish. Like, give people a heads up of, like, the time frame. I don't know. But I don't know. It feels wrong somehow to, you know, take someone's money and then just not actually work on the thing that they've paid for. I had the realization, a few days ago? No, it was a while ago. It was a couple weeks ago, I think. I was thinking about it. Because, you know, I was just like... with, like, the, you know, setting up the shop and, you know, trying to get YouTube videos going and trying to make it, you know, so that you're actually making a living doing things. I was like, I feel like maybe a lot of other people kind of go into it with, like, the expectation of, I want to have, I want to be, you know, doing this full time within the year. And then I was, like, thinking about college and how, you spend 4 years and a lot of money to, like, basically get set up for a job. And it's like, you know, you might as well spend 4 years and a bit of money to get set up, like, for a job. I'm not saying that go out and spend all your money that you don't have, but I'm just saying that it's like things take time and some money to actually get started. That said, I mean, I've probably spent more money than I really need to for fun things that I've wanted, like lights, a nicer video camera, even though I'm using a webcam, and I use a little handheld camcorder for most of my resin stuff. Some of this stuff is just because I want to do more video stuff. And I want to have the stuff so that I can do more video stuff. And part of it's too, I want to do more, like, little bits. Some of it was for product photos. Like, it's like this time of year when I have, like, no natural sunlight, product photos don't look great. Because I rely on a fair amount of, like, natural lighting and stuff for that. So getting some lights that I can use for product photos and product videos was, I thought, a good, you know, good choice. It would be useful to me. But, you know, it is also a case of, oh, I could use those for other random film things. You know, I want to do more random little bits and videos. Like I did with the ramen video recently, with all the little filmed bits. I have ideas for some videos. I need to get the basement cleared so that I can do one of them, because I need one of the walls down there for it. Alright, I've got one more D4 and that'll be all the silver. Alright, so it looks like it took an hour and a half-ish to ink our 3 sets of dice. And then, well, I mean, we're gonna be going over them with another layer of ink, but I'm always kind of trying to figure out about how long it takes me to do certain things. And that'd be about half an hour for a set of dice. To ink a set of dice. So let's see, that's, yeah, about half an hour for that. I'd say it takes 2 hours-ish to set up, and we could say an hour and a half probably to set up and pour 3 sets of dice, so we could say half an hour maybe for that. So that's an hour at the moment. Sanding and polishing takes a while. I don't know if I've just gotten faster at it or if I haven't timed things correctly. Alright. Now let's add, I'm gonna put some this back in here. That should be all of our silver done. I was thinking this is gonna be a pretty quick stream, because I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just gonna do some silver paint. Anyways, let's do our blue. And if you haven't seen, I'm gonna have to clean some of these up. Let me see if I can show you. Here is just the silver. Come on. This camera does not like to focus when I bring things up close. There we go. So there's just the silver. And then here it is with the blue. The blue sparkle. Oh. No, you had it. Why did you go away? There we go. It's kind of hard to see. Anyways, so there's a very subtle blue sparkle in the numbers there. It's hard to see, both because it's blurry. You can kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit. Anyway, so we're gonna add that to all of the dice as well. A little bit of a subtle blue sparkle. Because why not? We'll start with this D6 because we've already started on this D6. It's like this kind of shimmery, sparkly color. The other, I don't know if anyone's actually interested. I think maybe it's just me trying to show off. I was saying earlier that I, got a little clip of me singing, because a long while back we were talking about it in the Discord. And I was just like, I don't know if I have any recordings of me singing, because I feel like I can sing fairly well, but like, it's not like I have a bunch of recordings of it necessarily, but I do actually have a recording of it now. Did a solo for Christmas Eve and went and found it. Went and found the recording of it, if you guys want to hear it. Otherwise, I'll probably just trim it down a little bit and then actually post it in the Discord. I can't remember who I was having the conversation with, though, a long while back about music, about doing singing. Perfect. There's that one. Tell you what, I will bore you / show off a little bit here for just half a second, because I'm gonna let my arm rest from inking things. Here, let me turn. Hopefully this isn't too loud. But here, we'll play the first like 10 seconds of it so you guys can hear. Anyways, back to other music. I'm gonna get that cut down so it's just the, because there was other like talking and stuff before it. So I have an example when I'm trying to talk about singing with people. This one looks dry. Let's do this one next. Bum, bum, bum. Also, I feel like I give a fairly skewed impression of what I sound like singing, with me singing along to the background music here. It's like I could do better, I swear. It's not just me going boom, 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 boom along to the music. My streams. Da, 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 da. Ugh, all the paint on my fingers is feeling kind of like sticky. It's kind of sticky. Oh, I am hoping, so I went and changed some settings earlier today. I'm hoping that it fixes the issue I was having where my streaming like settings for like the scenes. So a scene, like, this is a scene, you know, the different like basically like pages that I have set up for streams, or the stream. It's been trying to like sync the settings between my devices. So if I go to stream on like my laptop in my where I pour resin, like it tries to make sure that everything's set up the same there as it is here, and vice versa. The problem is that it's wrong. Like the setting, I don't want the same settings on that laptop as I do here. I'm using a completely different microphone. The webcams that I'm using are different. I'm using it, so it keeps looking for like devices that aren't there, and I have to like go and resize everything every time, because it's trying to resize things to match like how I have things sized here, and it's just been a real pain. I went and I did go and turn off a thing in the settings, and I'm hoping that it was the right thing. What was it? I turned off do not back up my media files in the cloud, and I'm hoping that that is what I needed to click. It was very hard to Google like how to like not have settings, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out how to like have it so my settings don't connect. A lot of the things I was finding was how to set it up so that your settings do connect. It's like it's not what I want. I was using the same, equipment on both, it'd be fine, but I'm not. Actually, no, I probably still wouldn't be okay because, like, I use the same webcam. This is the webcam that I use when I'm pouring resin. Let me just a second here, Okay, I've got the blue and everything on that side. So it's the same webcam, but, like, even when I'm using the same webcam here, I still, like, everything is not the right size. Like, it things end up like this. Here, I'll demonstrate. Here's what things look like. That's not it. Where is it? When I go to stream, that's what things look like. Which I don't think is quite what I want. Or they're, like, way too big. But I'm hoping that one setting is what I needed to change. Fingers crossed. We'll find out the next time I go to stream in my craft space instead of here at my desk. One of the reasons that I got a laptop for streaming, in like the resin and stuff, is that I was like, oh, I could stream from other locations with that too. I don't know what necessarily, but, and I honestly, I forgot about that until right this second. Because I was like, I could stream from anywhere really, as long as I have like an internet connection. You know what I mean? Like I have the laptop that I could bring with me, and I don't know what necessarily I'd want to stream. That was one of the things that I wanted to get ideas from folks on today was streams for this year. I mentioned I think it'd be fun to do a stream that's kind of like people send links to fun and interesting resin supplies, and then I have to try and like make something. I go and order a bunch of them. We go through them. Okay, let me put my thoughts in order. People send a bunch of links to fun and interesting resin supplies, probably on like social media or in the Discord. We go through them together on stream and like vote on which ones I should get, because there'd be like a monetary limit on for everything. Where am I at on here? I haven't done these. And then I would do like a video later on where I use everything. We could even do another stream where I unbox things too. Everything arrives and we open everything up and take a look at it. But I was like, that could be like a fun stream thing, I think. Something like that. But also, it's like, I don't know if people would be interested in that. I also, I'm not 100% sure what, like, the monetary limit would be. I'd have to decide on that. But I don't know, I kind of want to do some more, like, fun, planned out streams this year. But I could use ideas for them. I haven't completely decided on everything. I do feel like I should just do some stuff. I feel like this might sound weird, I guess, but I like watching. Something I've realized is that I like watching things where the person who's doing them has just decided to do them. Like that. How do I explain that? Is that dry? Looks like it. There's something to be said about like the confidence of just being like, I'm going to do this thing, and not really like asking people what they want, just like doing things because they want to do them and they're confident in the things that they're going to do. So on the one hand, it's like I feel like it's nice to ask you guys, hey, what do you guys think would be fun? But on the other hand, that kind of puts, it's almost like asking you guys to do work for me, which makes things less fun for you guys. I should just do things. Come up with ideas and be confident in them. I do feel like I learn a fair amount from like watching, you know, other people and going, what do I like about this? Like, why do I like this? What are the things that I like about this thing? Helps me, you know, kind of narrow down like what I want to be doing, because it's like, what do I like about this? What would I like to emulate? You know, to make something that I would enjoy. Because I think at the end of the day, I want to make something that I'm having fun making and that amuses me. That was all of the bits in the like the ramen video. I have a whole idea for a video that's gonna be basically a bunch of bits. It will also have dice making, but I'm having enough fun filming the little, like, I don't know, narrative interludes between all the dice making that I want to do more of it. I definitely have blue glitter all over this die now. Like I said, I'm gonna have to. Oh, haven't done this face yet. I'm definitely gonna need to clean these up a bit. The comment earlier about the paint all over my fingers, getting all over the dice, was correct. They're just kind of sticky. My fingers are at this point. Need more blue glitter. My thing here that I'm wiping my dice against is starting to get kind of like, I can tell that there's enough like paint on it basically that things are kind of starting to like stick to it as I try to slide it along there. Where things are like, it's kind of tacky almost. I'm now trying to think of how, so tacky can mean kind of sticky. It can also mean like not cool. You know, like not, tacky. How, yeah, I guess not cool. Like not fashionable. We'll say not fashionable. That seems, I feel like if I say not cool, that could mean like not cold. Oh, I didn't do these ones. Anyways, I'm trying to now put those together in my mind. I'm wondering if, like, do they actually come from like the same sort of like original meaning? Like, does the meaning, like, you know, kind of sticky come from the same sort of origin as not fashionable? Did they like, I don't know. What is the etymology, I guess, of the word tacky in both contexts? I could probably Google this. I do like etymology. Etymology. Man. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between etymology and entomology, and it really bugs me. That was a pun. Really though, I feel like it is very easy to get etymology and entomology mixed up. It's like words or bugs. Which one is it? Yeah, I've got so much glitter on this. Well, I'll wipe them down after everything's dry. Oh, I've got so many dice left to do. The nice thing about the blue being kind of subtle is that I'm not super worried about it, like, covering the numbers, like, all the way completely. Like, if it ends up with like a little bit of a gap somewhere here or there, it's not a huge deal. I do want to make sure I get it in all of the numbers, but like, I'm not worried about the like full coverage that I am with the silver. Because like the silver, if it doesn't, you know, fill in the whole number, you're gonna see the dark color of the dye behind it. But with this, it's just gonna be the silver behind it. You're really not gonna notice. It's not gonna be a big deal. So I'm hoping that this part goes a little bit quicker than the silver did. Because I don't know that I want to sit here for 3 hours. I feel like you can kind of tell when I'm starting to fade a little bit, because I just get much quieter. I start running out of things to talk about. I'm very good at like talking about nothing for extended periods of time. I feel like that's one of my skills. Is being able to just talk about literally nothing for you know. It was useful for doing like microphone checks and things. And I did some theater because I could just stand there with the microphone and talk about absolutely nothing while they're trying to make sure that the levels are correct and, you know, that the microphones are working. They're like, yeah, just keep talking about something. I was like, all right, I can do that. I can just keep talking about literally nothing for an extended period of time. I'm amazed that I was not Diagnosed with ADHD before the age of 26. That, anyways, that may or may not sound, seem like a jump in conversation, but it's kind of not. I've never been good at shutting up. My parents always joked when I was growing up that I started talking at 18 months and haven't shut up since. Which is apt. I started talking at like a year old-ish, and I've always just talked a lot. Dun, 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 dun. I'm realizing that I know a lot of random words. I don't know what it is. Like, I was having this conversation at work yesterday. Yeah, literally yesterday morning. Because I work at a tutoring center, and one of the kids was working on punctuation. You know, like question mark and period, and you know, like when you use different punctuation marks. And I just was like, what is an interrobang? I know that's a thing. What is it? So I just went and looked it up, and it's like a combination between a question mark and an exclamation point. Where it basically has like both of them. So it's the same as putting like a bunch of like question marks and exclamation marks, like what? I was just like, I don't know why that I knew that was a thing. Like, I had to go Google it because I couldn't remember what exactly it was. I think, and then it made me remember that an exclamation point is called a bang in like computer programming. Random thing there, I suppose. I did like 2 classes that required computer programming when I was in college. Since I was doing engineering originally, I did like an intro to engineering class where we programmed some stuff, and we programmed like an Arduino board and used like a breadboard and things, and then I also took I took 2 different programming classes. Besides that, I took, was it C plus something? It was kind of funny. I took a programming class with a gal she's basically my little sister, or like a cousin. Her parents were my godparents, if that makes sense. Like, we're very, very close to them growing up. She was also in this programming class, and she is now a computer programmer, as she should be, after seeing her in that class. I got an A in that class. I just want to put that out there. However, in the like lab portion, you know, I was struggling through it or whatever and trying to get everything to work. And I'd get everything to work. She would get her program written in about the first 5 minutes, and then go around and help everybody else. Like, she was very quick at it, very good at it. It does not surprise me that she's now working as a programmer. I mean, her dad's also very good at programming, so, you know, runs in the family, I guess. I enjoyed, when it came to like the programming stuff, I enjoyed the thing with the like Arduino and the breadboard. I had more fun, I think, with like the breadboard and like figuring out, you know, how to kind of like set up all the wires and everything. I think I just enjoyed working with like, I enjoy working with my hands, I guess, with like a physical thing. I say that except that I do also enjoy editing videos, but that's also more visual. I feel like, I don't know, I like something that's a little bit more visual or tactile, I guess, than programming was to me. Or maybe it's just something with a little bit more feedback almost. I think that's just it. I feel like it didn't feel like there was as much feedback with just the pure programming, immediate feedback. I remember when I applied for, not the job that I have now, but my job before that. I had worked as an intern there in the summers during like middle school and high school. And I remember being asked, like, what is one of your, you know, proudest achievements at work, basically. And the example that I brought up was there was one winter break where being able to talk continuously or always find something to talk about is definitely a skill. Yeah, fair. I do feel like sometimes I just get tired and I'm just like, someone else has started to talk, but yeah, I can if I need to. I feel like it serves me well in streaming at the very least. Hello, baby. Hi, Luna. Oh, Gordy. She just, like, biffed it. Not really. She went to go hop up onto the windowsill here and she failed. Baby, where are you going? Where are you going? What was I talking about? Computer programming. Oh, the interview. No, but, the, proudest achievement. Right, I had come in during, like, a winter break, because I had, like, a week, I think, when I was in college. I was just like, hey, do you guys have anything you need to get done? You know, I could come in for the week and work. And they had just gotten a bunch, it was an IT position. They had just gotten a bunch of, like, computers that they needed unboxed. Which was one of the things that I had done as an intern, was unboxing a lot of things. And they were, like, piled up in, like, the hallway outside the department. Like, it was a large pile of boxes. And so I went and got them all unboxed, basically, in the week. But I mentioned that, and I said it was very satisfying to me to be able to see the progress of, like, getting things done. Like, getting through a stack was just, like, an accomplishment, and, like, being able to see the pile go down was really satisfying to me. And that's something I realized, too. I feel like part of the reason that I didn't enjoy working IT is that, like, it never ended. Like, it never felt like I accomplished anything. Like, sure, you could, like, fix tickets and things, but then, you know, the same problem would, you know, come up again, you know, a week later. Someone else. I don't know, it felt very, like, you don't actually ever finish a project type thing. Also, I'm just not super interested in, like, tech. I'm more than happy to let other people, you know, make things work. I would just like things to work, please, and I'll go, I want to do my stuff and have someone else figure out the tech aspect of it. I still do. Hello, come here. Whoops. Come here, baby. Come on. Baby, you can't just walk back and forth. Come on. Come here. Come lay down my lap. Come on. Where are you going? Come here. Come on, down you go. Yeah, here we go. Go ahead and lay down. All right. We got a new cat. New cat visitor. We'll do that so you guys can see the most important thing on the stream, which is, of course, the cat. I think you've gotten cat hair into my paint already. I don't know how you did that so quickly. Where was I? I think I was right here. I feel like as I don't know if it's just like as I've gotten, I don't know if I've gotten older or just more like self-aware, maybe. I have started to realize it's like, oh, sometimes I just stop talking. And like it's like, I don't know what to say, I'm just not gonna say anything way. I think some of it is just like me not being like, whatever. Like a little bit of just not caring as much. It's like, I don't have the energy to try and, you know, carry a conversation right now. To be fair though, I've always enjoyed being in group settings. I feel like more than like one-on-one with people, and some of that is because I feel like I need to entertain. If I'm, oh, sorry, am I tickling you? But I feel like I need to like kind of entertain if I'm like one-on-one with someone. You know, I need to keep the conversation going and make sure that the other person is having a good time and is engaged in, you know, conversation and stuff. Whereas if I'm in a group setting, I can sit back and like put my 2 cents in, but also not be in charge of making sure that the conversation's going well. I don't know what that says about me, but it's like, whew. No responsibility. There's someone else here that can be in charge of making sure that conversations are happening well. At the same time, though, I feel like I can, if I need to, I can blend into a lot of situations. I had a friend, same friend that I was talking about earlier. Why was I talking about her earlier? Oh, the programming. Same friend, the programming friend. Was just like, hey, I need to go drive a ways for a baby shower. Will you come with me? You're like one of the few people I know that will be able to blend in. Like, which maybe sounds weird, but it's just like, yeah, I can go somewhere and act confident in a group setting and just pretend like, yes, I'm supposed to be here. I can be friendly to people and, you know, match whatever vibe it is of the place we're going to. I remember in college, when I was away at university, I have a weird university thing. So university is when I was away at school. That's usually how I differentiate it. But when I was at university, I was part of the Doctor Who club, which, again, don't know what that says about me. I haven't watched it in years, but anyways, and we were trying to come up with like, there was like a thing, this was at the height of like Super Who Lock, if you guys have ever been on Tumblr. But it was one of those like, you know the like things that's just like, take your age to find this thing on the list and your I don't know, your favorite color, and you put them together and there's your stripper name or whatever, you know that kind of thing. There's kind of like a list type thing, with random information that probably you shouldn't be putting out on the internet for phishing reasons. But anyways, in the Doctor Who club, there at one point it was just like, your Time Lord name is the plus your parents' profession, and basically there was like at least 1 or 2 other people whose parents were also teachers, and it was like, well, I don't think we can all be that, and it was determined that I would be the chameleon because I could just kind of blend in with whatever setting or whatever group. I feel like I'm very good at blending in with a group in the short term, if that makes sense. And a lot of it's just about going in places, going, oh, how are other people acting here? And then doing the same thing confidently. I think in the long term, I'm not necessarily the best at, like, I don't know, blending in with a group. I'm more likely to get more relaxed and just not care as much. And just be like, I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say, and people can deal with it, I guess. But in the short term, I can definitely act like I belong places. I have noticed also with myself that the more, like, out of place I feel, well, it depends, but quite often if I'm feeling, like, out of place or not necessarily threatened, but, like, unsure of surroundings to a certain extent, and it depends on the situation too. I'll kind of make myself bigger, I puff up like a cat, but like in the sense that I will act more confident. It really does depend on the setting, and that's not again, that's like a short-term thing, not a long-term thing. I feel like, you know, again, in the short term, I'm good at acting like, oh yes, I'm supposed to be here. In the long term, I'm just like, oh no, everyone's gonna know I'm a fraud. I feel like at every job I've been at, that's how I feel a little bit. It's just like, oh, well, they'll figure out that I suck at this at some point. It is kind of funny at my current job. And to be fair, I really enjoy where I work currently. Like I was saying, I work at a tutoring place. I'm not a tutor, but I do some of the, like, more of the admin type stuff. Some of the, like, printing out schedules and making sure that the actual tutors have all the things that they need. It's more like a paraeducator, basically, or, yeah, basically, if in, like, a school, it'd be like a paraeducator, I think. But I've been there for the position that I have. There's more than one of us. At this point, I've been there the longest in my position. And I feel like I know it pretty well at this point. I definitely am very good at putting my foot in my mouth. Not there in particular, but just in general. Oh, what I was gonna say though is, I think they hired me because I have a degree in math, and they needed people who could teach math. Because I can, especially the high school level math. It's like I can do the high school level math. I can teach that pretty well. But it always kind of like, one of the requirements that they have when they're looking for people for this position that I'm in is that they have a background in education or they're working towards something in education. I don't have either of those. I work for a school district doing IT stuff, but I've never actually, I'm not working towards any sort of education degree or anything, or, you know, I haven't really worked in education. And people seem to be shocked at work when they find this out, which I'm like, well, that makes me feel good. I'm glad that you guys seem to think that I'm doing well in an education environment despite not really having any formal training. I think that's where that story was going, is it's like, I guess maybe I'm doing all right, since people don't seem to realize that, oh yeah, I don't actually have those qualifications that you guys think I have. That obviously my boss and stuff has my resume and stuff. Like, I didn't put stuff on my resume that's was incorrect. Like I said, I think they hired me because I can do the high school math. I can actually, you know, teach high school math. There's definitely some points though, because I do end up doing some tutoring sometimes, because like I said, I can do the math, and sometimes, you know, people call out and I fill in. There is some points though where I'm just like, I feel like I definitely don't know what I'm doing. And I think probably that everyone feels like that to a certain extent. There's just some times where it's just like, I can tell that I'm not teaching this well, but I'm not sure the best way to teach this. But I think even the tutors there, who all do have a background in education, like that's a requirement for the tutoring, the actual tutor position. I think all of them have days like that too, where they're just like, I just can't figure out how to teach this concept to this kid. I do enjoy working there though. That's another thing where it's like, it's satisfying seeing the growth of the kids and just seeing how much that they like learn. Sometimes you don't realize it, and then you have to take a step back and you go, oh, you couldn't read when you first came here, and now you're just like reading all of this stuff for me. It's like, wow, you've learned a lot. I don't know if you realize how much you've learned, but you've learned a lot. You know, one of the weird, I don't know, this might sound weird, one of the things, I don't really remember the interview too well. I did like a really short phone interview when I first got this job with the owner at the time. And then I had like an in-person interview with the, is he like site director, I think? Is that his title? Might be a site. I think his title's maybe site director. My boss. I had an in-person interview with him. I don't remember much from the interview. Like, I don't remember the questions that I was asked too much. I do remember that, you know, when he asked, like, do you have any questions? My question was, what would a normal day in this position look like? And he actually, like, you know, we were at one of the actual building, so he kind of like walked out and like showed me all of the different stuff, and I remember that but also I remember after I'd been there for, you know, a year or two, and they were hiring another person for the same position that I was in, someone saying, you know, the boss had an interview, and he went and was showing the person who interviewed, you know, kind of like around and showing them the ropes and stuff. He must have really liked them. I was like, oh wait, he did that at my interview. But no, I remember at one point, and I can't remember what the context was exactly, but I remember saying, sometimes grades are not the best indicator of how a student is doing. And it's one of those things where it's like, looking back, that could have gone, depending on like the person and like how their views, that could have gone poorly, I suppose. But like, I'm glad that he seemed to agree. I'm gonna start over the playlist. And it very much was in like the context of just like, you know, I can't remember the context exactly. But I do still think that. I do still think that sometimes grades are not the best indicator of how a student's doing. I think there's a lot of different factors that go into things. I mean, I've also told students, I think I've straight up told a student, you don't need to worry about your grades right now. Which also sounds really bad. It was a case of there's a lot going on, and I can tell that there's a lot going on in your personal life with like family stuff, and yes, it will make it harder to catch up if your grades fall behind, but it will not be the end of the world. If you have to retake a grade or something, it will not be the end of the world. You need to make sure that, you know, you are taking care of yourself. School will be here. And I stand by that too. Like I said, I think that it definitely will make things harder if you fall behind, because catch up is harder than staying on top of things. But at the same time, it's just like, your health comes before your grades. I'd rather you be okay than your grades be okay. I feel like it does also take some of the pressure off the kids at work. I really like how things are set up at work. I was gonna say, I think it takes the pressure off the kids that we don't have grades. It's just like, we're just teaching you material, and if you don't get it, we'll go over it again. If you do get it, great, we'll move on to something else. Like, we're moving at your pace, and we're just trying to help you learn things. Like, if you know it, great. If you don't know it, we'll teach it to you. That's the goal here, is just to help you learn these things. And obviously we can do that because we have the resources of, having a lot more teachers per child. Since we're not, a public thing, we're a private tutoring place. Like, people are paying to be there. We have a lot more teachers per student. So, and we also have, very much like everyone's working on their own thing, like completely differentiated for each student. And there's just not necessarily the capacity for that in, a traditional classroom setting. Like, I get that. I also do a lot of the kind of like initial diagnostic sort of testing to kind of figure out like roughly where students are at. Alright, that's all ink. And I think in my contract I can't say anything about the actual diagnostic testing, but I was gonna say one of the things that I tell the kids, especially the ones that are like kind of nervous because they're like, oh, I have to go take a test, is just you're not getting graded on this. This is just to see what you already know and what you don't know so that we can help you learn the stuff you don't know. And we don't try to teach you the stuff that you already know, because that'd be boring. It's like, I've said that multiple times to a lot of different students of various ages. It's like, our goal here is just to find out what we can help you learn. You're not getting graded on anything. I feel like grades and stuff tend to stress kids out. Something that I didn't think would be the case, but I've kind of realized since working there too, because we work with kids from kindergarten through seniors in high school, is I thought that I would really enjoy working with like the really young kids the most. I think I enjoy working with middle schoolers, like 5th through like high school age. I feel like it's like my favorite. I actually enjoy working with the older kids. I think it part of the time when I realized that was when I was doing like a diagnostic test for, I think, a kindergartner. I think it was a kindergartner, and I asked them to name the letters of the alphabet for me, and they said, "You're an adult, you should already know the letters of the alphabet." And it was just like how do I explain to this kindergartner that, yes, I already know the letters of the alphabet. I want to know if you know the letters of the alphabet. When they just don't get why I don't know the letters of the alphabet already, and I'm asking them. It's just like, oh boy. They're funny, but it's just like, I feel like I can have a more meaningful conversation with like a middle schooler, if that makes sense. Like, also if I tell like that's amazing. The kid sounds like they were ready for that question. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh boy. Yeah, it was just like, here, can you read out these letters for me? And they start, and I'm just like, wait, can you point to which one you're saying? And they're like, you should know which one I'm saying. You know, you're an adult. You should know the letters of the alphabet. And I'm like, yes, I want to make sure you know them. I feel like once they get a little bit older, like, it gets easier to, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like when they're really young, they don't understand yet, like, what's wrong, like, if that makes sense. Like, if they say or do something that's, like, rude or something, it takes a lot more work to explain to a kindergartner why what they did is rude, almost. Like, if I say to a middle schooler, like, dude, that's not cool, they'll be like, oh yeah, that wasn't cool. Like, sometimes you have to explain it. Like, sometimes I've had, like, high schoolers and stuff where it's like, bro, that you can't say that to people. Here's why. You know, just because you think it's a joke doesn't mean that other people think it's a joke. But more often than not, I feel like, I don't know. But yes, it was very funny. It was very funny. In the moment, I was just like, ugh. But also, that's very funny. No, for a long time there, I was like, you know, I feel like if I was going to be a teacher, I'd want to be like an elementary school art teacher. But now at this point, I'm just like, maybe I could do like middle school, like art, or maybe I'd be like a math specialist type thing. Like, you know, the kids that need like a little bit of extra help with math. You know, I could help them out type thing. I don't really have any plans to go work at a school or anything, though, or get a teaching degree. Again, people always seem surprised by that at work. I mean, obviously I enjoy, like, teaching to a certain extent. That's part of what I do here on the YouTube channel, right? Is, like, I try to disseminate information about dice making. Like, I must enjoy that aspect somewhat, because I'm doing it for fun. For fun and profit. No, so there is, like, a little bit of overlap there. And with, like, streaming, too. I feel like maybe I was a little bit more in-depth with some of that stuff when I first started streaming, where I'm walking, you know, talking through all the steps and stuff. At this point, it's just like, here, I'm gonna angle you down a little bit more so you can still see Luna and also see me doing stuff down here. I was maybe, like, a little bit more diligent about talking through all the steps, and now these days it's just like, I feel like it might get a little repetitive if I say the exact same things every stream. I still bring up quite often, though, like, here's how I know when I'm done mixing my resin, and, you know, I'm gonna make sure that these are measured exactly the same. Some of those sorts of things. Not all the time. I don't know, I guess I don't know how many people who watch my streams are like there for the first time versus how many people are returning. I'm sure it varies, but and some of that might be different depending, you know, because I used to stream on Twitch. Back before I ever had my YouTube channel, I streamed on Twitch. And I feel like Twitch was maybe, it's built for, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Having repeat, you know, viewers. But it's also, I think, more built for getting new viewers. I feel like YouTube's, like, streaming is built more for people who are already subscribed to my channel. Maybe not. I feel like I have been seeing more, like, live streams recommended on my, like, YouTube homepage, but I don't know. Like, I guess on Twitch, people are looking specifically for live streams. You know, I've debated going back to Twitch. I can't stand watching streams on Twitch just because of the ads. Like, I don't mind watching, like, a playback of a stream with ads because it pauses the stream when the ads play. You know what I mean? Like a YouTube video, it picks back up where it left off. I just, on, like, Twitch, having, like, ads play that covers up the actual, like, thing that you're watching, and then, you know, it's like 2 minutes later, you're like, everything's moved on. I have no idea where we're at in the conversation. That's also why I don't monetize my streams while they're running. I monetize them after, like, I monetize them after I'm done streaming. So that there'll be ads on them on the playback. But I don't want ads interrupting, like, the middle of the stream while I'm streaming. That just, it annoys me so much on Twitch. I don't even really watch streams on... I mean, I don't watch a lot of streams anyways. I watch them, you know, as videos later. But I can't stand watching them on Twitch. It just annoys me too much. But don't worry, if you're watching this after the fact, you will have ads. No, yeah, Hopefully I didn't play too much of the that song earlier, and it wasn't so perfect that I get copyright struck. Oh, I realize that's not gonna make sense if you came in the middle. I played a short little bit of a recording I have of me singing, because I can't remember. It was a while ago. I had a conversation with someone in my Discord about singing. I was just like, yeah, I do some singing. I was like, I don't have any, like, recordings of me singing, but I do it. And I finally got a recording from a solo I had on Christmas Eve. I played, like, 10 seconds of it or something. That's why I'm joking about getting copyright struck for it. I wonder if that song is even under copyright. It's a pretty old song. It might not be. I might be a-okay to play it, actually. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Alright, there's a D8. I'm gonna let everything dry, by the way. The plan here is I'm gonna let all of the stuff dry, and then I will take, like, a Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol and clean everything off. Get all of the glitter off of the surfaces of all the dice. They're not too bad, but there's... Whoop! Oh, it's okay, baby. I didn't mean to scare you. Didn't mean to scare you, sweetie. Why are you twitching? Why are you twitching? That one has not been done. That one has. Those are both done. That one's been done. I'm dropping things. That one's been done. Is this all I have left? I think this is all I have left. These all look like they've had the blue filled in on them. I was bringing them over to show you. I think we're almost done though. But no, yeah, I was gonna show you. There's not actually a ton of paint on them. Besides, the sparkles all blend in with the other sparkles. It'll be fine. I feel like Luna looks so judgmental. Oh, oh, what you doing? Did I say your name? Did I say your name, Luna? I scared you, didn't I, with dropping things? Is that what's going on? I just scared you with dropping things. I feel like I need to build up my streaming stamina again. We can have like a 5-hour stream again one of these days. Maybe another. Oop. I think my first ever 5-hour stream was working on the moss embroidery, which I worked on again for the first in a long while recently on a stream. I could have kept going on it, except that I was getting over a cold, so I was losing my voice. But I think that was my first ever like 5-hour stream that I did. I was working on that, and I could see doing that again. That's like super chill and fun to do. We could just like play some music, eat some snacks. I think that one too, that 5-hour stream, I straight up made like a whole pot of tea and like had like a whole like tray of snacks. Not a tray, but like a bowl of snacks. And I brought it with me. It's like we're having a chill tea and snacks and embroidery stream. I don't quite have room for that here, I don't think. I am going to, like I was saying earlier, I'm going to rearrange my office again. Just because how I have some things is just not really usable. I mean, it's usable, but it's not... It could be better. The biggest problem at the moment is my second monitor. I have a second monitor. It is attached to a different table that is across like the walkway that I use to get into my desk here. So if I want to use that monitor, it is on like an arm that extends across the walkway, and I have to like either put it back or like duck underneath it to get in and out of my desk. And it's just like kind of mildly annoying. It's also just kind of like slightly too far away almost. So like, you know, if I want to have something on a second screen, I have to like turn all the way to look at it. If I'm, you know, want like a YouTube up while I'm working on something else here. Anyways, I had an idea for how I'm gonna rearrange things. I'm gonna flip this table. I think also it'll have better lighting and stuff too. But the desk they were sitting at, I'm gonna flip it. I have bookcases over there. We're gonna have bookcases as a background. I'm gonna organize them because they're not very organized at the moment, but I've been wanting to do that anyways. But I'm gonna organize those shelves for cool backgrounds. I'll have better lighting because then the window won't be like right there behind me and off to the side. It'll just be off the side and not in front of me. And then also the table that I have kind of like across the way, I think I will have behind this desk. So I could attach that arm to it and have it like just turned around basically so that it's still like in front of me here. It's not in the walkway. The other thing that I think might be good for is that then I could sit at the other table and stream, because it would be, you know, I just flipped my microphone around. I have the monitor that I could flip around. because I have a drafting table. But I think I also inherited from my grandpa. And I feel like it would be nice for some bigger projects and things, because I don't have a ton of room here at this table. It's a 2 foot by 3 foot, 4 foot? 3 or 4 foot, I think, desk. So there's not like a ton of space here. Alright, we're on to our last little coins. And then I'll probably call it good for today. I have some other stuff I need to go get done. I'll be happy to have these all finished, though. I can send off photos to the person that needs photos of them. We will take a look at these, of course, once I get them. Oh, hello, sweetie. You want pets, don't you? Is that why you headbutted my arm? Why's your tail going a little bit? Oh, there we go. It's settled down. Why are your tail flicking? I see your tail's flicking. Oh, sorry. Look at that fluffy tail. Oh my gosh, there's so many blue sparkles on that. I'll clean them. I'll clean them. It'll be fine. Alright. Last one. I do want to make sure that I got all of them, because since I spilled them everywhere, I'm not 100% sure that I picked up the right ones. So, we'll pour them all out and scare the cat again. I think we're good. Oh my gosh, the background's so bright that you can't even see the blue. Oh, goodbye. Now here. Angle it down a little bit more. There we go. Can't see the blue very well. Let's see if I can show off the little bit of blue sparkle. Maybe. Doesn't show off super well. It's pretty subtle. I feel like it's even more subtle on camera. But there's like just a little bit of kind of like a blue sparkle to the silver numbers. Yay! I'm glad that those are done. I need to wash this brush. There's so much paint and stuff in there. Alright. Well, I think that is gonna do it for today. I need to go clean out my 3D printer. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for hanging out. I'm thinking next week, I'm gonna try and get some resin poured. I'm not 100% if it'll either be pouring resin or possibly making some molds. Depends on when some things get polished and whether I can make molds before then or not. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully I will see you guys then. I will hopefully also have a video out this week, so keep an eye out for that. I think that's it. Have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it is for you.